Oh, we just have a black screen. That is, that's awesome. It's exactly what I wanted right now. For you to not be able to see anything. This rules. Black screen. Cool. Oh, nope, there we go. Okay, that's fine. So why do I have a black screen here and not, oh, because I closed the window? All right, did I, okay. Yep, sorry, screwed this up. What do I need to look at? Yeah. Right. So what do I need to look at? We're here to talk about what I'm going to do with RCR going forward. And I suppose I should put the chat in the stream window as well. Let me know how my audio levels are. I need another window. Window capture 2. There it is. There it's small. Put it over there. Make it smaller. There it is. And then make the window that size. That size. Thank you, Evan P. Sorry, I'm still relearning how to use OBS because I never use it. And double checking that when you go to YouTube and you can see everything, you can see that, okay, fine. Yep, good, fine, awesome, great. Evan says, hey Brian, glad to see you live from you guys. Been watching since the Echo review and will continue to watch you guys every Monday. Just sold my 2014 Mazda 6 and got a 2024 CX-5. So sticking with Mazda, huh? You're on my wireless DJI mic, so the voice gets to follow me wherever I go inside the house. I just have to make sure, oh, I didn't make my vitamin flowers, my broccoli. Didn't make them warm yet in the microwave. So I get to decide what I'm doing next. There is a RCR meet that I'm gonna just advertise on Instagram, but I'll let you guys know now. It's gonna be September 7th. That is, whoops, didn't mean to open DaVinci. It is gonna be September 7th. Oh, I'm behind the screen now. There, that's better. It is September 7th. I made one post about it on Instagram that we are having a car show. North of Hamburg in the borough of Orwigsburg. And we have our own parking spots, but it is I don't want terrain, I want traffic, I want satellite, I don't want traffic. but it is the center of town from the blinking light, which is that. Morning, afternoon, Matto. Sorry about your ute. That sucks, dude. That sucks so bad. We will have this side of the street, the south side of the street to park cars, that goes up to the ice cream place. And then that's it. Although I anticipate a lot more cars arriving in this town, then they're going to have parking space because we're involved. So the road is going to be blocked off here at the blinking yellow light. The cars can arrive at 10 o'clock and park as you're coming into town on the left-hand side of the street, opposite from the ice cream place. For everybody who doesn't get a parking spot here, you can't park on the square. The square is where the block party is. So you will have to turn on Washington and either park on Independence Street and I believe on the north side of Warren Street. We may have permission from, actually the borough would like to keep the car show from spilling over out. Obviously, we're getting our own parking spots because the purpose is to bring more people into this block party and therefore spend money in town. How everything works. So, yeah, they can't park on North Wayne Street. They can't park on Sherman Street. They could park on Mifflin Street, next to the Historical Society. I'll have to bring that up at a next meeting. Because if they park on Mifflin Street, then you can just walk down the alley and then just get there. So yeah, maybe they could just park on Mifflin. I mean, it'll put you near the block party. Just the people there would have to know that that's where the coffee shop, or that's where the car show is going to be. Yeah, what town? The town of Orwigsburg. I'm going to make a post on Instagram about this. So Quinn Dixon says, might have to swing by in the morning with one of the fire engines before the Cold Ales parade later in the day. We go from, the show goes from 10 a.m. to sometime in the afternoon, probably till noon. And Matto says insurance will probably sort it all out. Thanks. And so for what I want to talk about is the future of RCR. Now that we have free time and we're not doing the giveaways anymore, what sort of content can I start putting on Patreon? RCR does have a Patreon. Thank you to everybody who's part of it, even though it's totally inactive. I'm going to load the Patreon up with a whole bunch of content before it gets re-released. That way, when people show up to the new Patreon, it's not like there's nothing there or one or two videos there. There's like 10 videos there. So they say, oh, they're actually doing something with their, RCR is doing something with its Patreon now. So it's worth the, $9 or whatever I'm going to ask a month. Probably $9. Although the $1 and $2 options are still there if you just want to throw money at us. Pardon me, I haven't eaten dinner yet, which is usually the case with me doing these streams. half the time it's me drinking martinis to pass the time, but I don't really feel like consuming alcohol because last time I did, I was at a wrenching party in New Jersey and I had 3 gin and tonics, except the gin and tonics were red Solo cups. And I woke up and vomited the next morning. And I'm way too old to be doing that. So I haven't had a drink in, gosh, probably since then. So it's been weeks and weeks. Maybe I had one like at lunch or something like that at a restaurant, but that was it. Anyway, sorry for me eating on mic. Alex says we need jokes about the Pennsylvania Railroad. Someone says regular train reviews. If I do first of all, we've been over this. It's so hard to film a train. It's easier to film an airplane than a train. RCR goes to Strasburg, Virginia. Why Strasburg, Virginia? Mac Herbert says state of RCR. Isn't it Pennsylvania? Actually, Pennsylvania is a commonwealth. Strasburg, PA. Okay. Strasbourg? Where did this take us? Oh, France. It's Lancaster County. Go there twice a year. Daniel Bell says, I love road trip stuff. The Adidas Yugo trip was so damn real. Okay. I'd love to do more road trips. Veronica said she wanted to do one. So I'm down to do that. I wonder if we would be demonetized if we just had a road trip that just was called Gay Road Trip. Will we get demonetized for that? It's like, I'm gay and I'm going on a road trip. None of this is lying. Don't demonetize me. Regular brown chocolate at Hershey Park. Rainbow road trip, says Matto. You will see more Veronica. Hello, it would be awesome to see RCR come to Ireland sometime. I was just thinking about that. I don't know if you have come to the UK. Well, I know you already came to the UK, but Ireland has some amazing driving roads around the wild Atlantic Way on the west coast of Ireland. That'd be cool. See, Tony was offering for me to like deadhead with him somewhere. Because Tony's a pilot. And he flies to Scotland a lot. I know I'm American, and I know Ireland and Scotland are 2 different places. I know that, but I'm just referring to that hemisphere of the planet. So I wonder if he also goes to Dublin. But that means that if I fly with Tony, it means I get to go to JFK. JFK. It's like Coruscant. JFK, I know some people don't mind JFK, and Tony doesn't mind JFK, but it is a hellscape of an airport. And it means that I'd have to get up at the crack ass of fuck. Of course, I'd probably sleep on his couch. And he'd do the driving that morning. So I don't have to deal with that, because if Tony comes up from New Jersey, that means, where does he come from? Trenton. the world makes, Trenton takes it in the butt. And for everybody outside of the country, outside of the East Coast, there's this sign right here. There it is on the bridge as you go into, no. There it is right there. Trenton, as you drive into Trenton, New Jersey, it says Trenton makes, the world takes it in the ass. Or takes it in the butt. Right there as you go into Trenton, New Jersey. Trenton makes, the world takes. Which is one of these, we used to make stuff in Trenton. Trenton is a cheaper Philly. It's not even anywhere near Philly. Edgar Coolio says Trenton is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. So, okay. The thing about Trenton, I don't know what Trenton made. The thing about Trenton is that Princeton, Ivy League school, where are you? There it is. Town of Princeton, just is right here. So you've got Trenton, and then in here, Lawrencetown, sort of west. Where's that little airport we used? There's Trenton Airport, Trenton Mercer, but then there's also Trenton Robbinsville, which is I used it when I produced a video for Adler the Eagle on his YouTube channel a million years ago. There's this little airport around here somewhere, Trenton Robbinsville, that's super neat. Anyway, it's that whole East Coast thing that there's like disgusting stuff and then awesome rich stuff next to it. SEPTA trains go as far as Trenton. That's cool. Southeastern Pennsylvania Transit Authority. You should really look into Montmele though if you want a road trip. Last year, 3 days over PA. Matt said Trenton used to have flights to Orlando, cheap as fuck. Not sure if they still do. Yeah, on what carrier? Bob's Airplane? Okay, so there's two airports. There's Orlando Airport, which I hate because it's just so Disney. I mean, okay. The only thing I like about Orlando is once you're there inside, because there's a hotel like in the airport, for all the Disney people. And then you get to ride these trams that go, automated trams that go back and forth to these little pods. And that's how I amuse myself in Orlando Airport. Ugh. And the thing about MCO, which is Orlando, Tony Airlines. Tony, you don't have to give me money. Tony, you're going to give me money. I'm just going to buy you stuff when you come here. Tony says, donating to the RCR CarShar Parking Fund. I do nothing but EDI in September. I would absolutely throw you a buddy pass, and yes, I will definitely drive you to JFK, but be prepared for me to drive like I'm playing Mario Kart. Tony, where's EDI? EDI. What does my September look like? So, okay. All the Wednesdays in September are booked for car stuff. The first weekend in September is the car show. I'm filming Veronica's Herbie on the 8th, so whoever's sticking around can help. But Kit is coming with Veronica, so we'll have plenty of cars. But, you know, technically my weekends are free in September if we're actually going to go to EDI. Edinburgh. Okay. Do we have is there anybody in the chat from Edinburgh? And I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Edinburgh, which is Scotland, which is way up there. So if I fly to Edinburgh, which puts us there, we'll be limited to how long, like the overnight. Is it just like, it's probably like one night in Edinburgh. So it's probably like a turn and burn coming back. Which means what's there to do? Sal says, no, but you were about to mention the Sanford Airport, and I'm from Sanford, Lake Mary. So, okay, so yeah. Me and Orlando Airport. I don't know which I would rather fly into. Orlando Sanford or Orlando. Because Orlando Airport, it's such a line to get in there. Like Orlando Airport hates cars. It's not like East Coast airports that get you in and get you out. It's going to be aggravating as hell, but you can still get in and out of the airport. Orlando Sanford is sort of like an MDT, like a Harrisburg airport, like a little bigger. Maybe it's actually no, that's about right. It's about the size of MCO, or not MCO. It's about the size of MDT, Harrisburg Airport. There's nothing to do in the airport, but it's not really populated, so it doesn't have that chaotic energy. But the thing about Orlando Sanford is there's only low-cost carriers that fly into there. Limited Time Roman said, I could do a Scottish accent. Oh, Nick is in the chat. Yeah. I don't know if Tony can do double buddy passes. That I don't know if he has that much pull with Delta. It may just be me to do a turn and burn. But I'm sure Tony would, or Nick would understand if it's just a turn and burn. With me, like, getting a buddy pass means me getting a free flight to Edinburgh, but probably just filming one car and turning around and coming back. But, oh, Nick, yeah. Oh, it's still charging, isn't it? Nick, the DJI finally came. So the DJI came, and if you're watching this, I'm sure a lot of YouTubers already use DJI, but RCR is still old school. We're using digital SLRs. But this thing came, and you just turn it on. You just flip the screen, and that's how you turn it on and off. And the gimbal resets itself. So you turn it on, and then in order to track something, you literally pick something, touch it. Wait, no, I use the D-pad. No. Wait. I have to go. I don't want face auto detect. Dynamic framing. Okay. No, I don't want that. There I go. I get a little reticle that's similar to what the webcam can adjust. You get a reticle that's similar to what we see or what you see in the Canon and the Nikon, and you use the D-pad, and you just put that reticle on something, press the center of the analog stick, and now it's going to track. So I set it to track the webcam, so as I move this, you see the camera is following the webcam. It's just pointing at it the whole time. I try to turn it away and it keeps looking at it. So it is a pretty wide angle lens. Nick says, oh, a funny story. I have a large crack in my windshield. Oh man, no idea how it happened. Just came out this morning. I saw it. I blame fresh oil and chips. That sucks. So just you deal with the crack until it comes time for inspection, and then you go to like Ebling Glass or whoever and say, one new windshield please, before the inspection is up. That sucks, Nick. I'm sorry. Tony says safe light repair, safe light replace. The thing, okay, here's my take on safe light. Safelite is a chain of windshield replacement stuff. And I think it really depends. It's like, you know, there's the good wah-wah and the sucky wah-wah. You got to know if this particular chain of Safelite is run well or not. And that's the vibe that I get from Safelite. And why? Uh-oh, I can't close it no more. They give you this custom, DJI gives you a custom carrying case for your camera. But why isn't it closing it? I don't really need the tripod. I'm never going to use that. We're going to use our own tripods. There it closed. Okay. QZ8787, thank you for the donation. Sup, Brian, loves Roman, recent vid on automotive YouTube and have been a fan for ages. Enjoying the hell out of you doing your thing at the FurCon, thank you. And car show, keep doing your thing, dude. Yeah, yeah, that's something I think I want to talk about as well. Do people still like me if I make furry content? I'm not going to do it on the main channel, but I also want the videos that I make, like that are furry adjacent, to still make money, for Christ's sake. You get this little protector here, and I'm not quite sure. Is that the way it goes? But now it doesn't fit in the case. So I'm not sure what this protector is for. I don't have a place in my Pelican case for all, because the DJI, this little gimbal thing, has a lot of accessories that you need for it, and I don't have a place for it in my Pelican case yet. But the reason I got the DJI is to, or DIJ, whatever, is to have a solution for RCR Australia, because we're not going to have a 4Runner or a Hilux Surf to film with, so we have to find a way to film rolling shots with cars on the road, and the DJI is the solution, because I already loaded the app onto my phone. I hope we can do it on multiple phones just so Nick can have it on his phone. If not, you know, I just have to hand him my phone. And I already tested it. It's like, yeah, there's a little D-pad on the phone screen, and you just control the camera, pan left and right from your phone. So the camera can be outside the car, Nick can be inside the car, and just remotely control the camera. Just have to make sure my battery is, my phone is power. And I also need some seltzer or something. So, people were positive in the comments here on the second channel about RCR goes to Furrydelphia and Anthrocon, and it's fine. It got more of a response on Instagram. I think our Instagram channel has almost reached 100,000 subscribers, as compared to Twitter, which is somewhere around 30,000. So obviously I want to do more content because it's so easy to shoot with furries, because they're so down to do anything. Injustifiable says Twitter is practically dead. Yeah. Matt says, is there an RCR furry channel? No. it's the content you're going to see is here on Regular Enrollment. Triple X Davey says, I love the furry content, but since you're in the fandom, you get it, you know. That's a good question. It says, Joseph, is Carfox a furry or is that already asked and answered? I don't know. Depends if he's autistic or not. I hope that joke was well received. Orange Generator says, watched your Viper review from 2018 this morning. Classic. Yeah. The thing about the Viper is it's such a piece of shit. It's like the Viper is worse. And Nick, I'm sorry, but to use the Betty as an example, the Viper is worse than an SN95 Mustang. It's a rattly, terrible car that only does one thing. Masturbates on the side of the highway. That's what it does. He says, I know, but it was my idol. Same. I love that car because it's a cartoon character. I think it will always be cool, especially the first and second gens. Yeah. Like, my feet are too wide. I have to take off my shoes to drive the car. Sucks. Karen says, what about the Viper trucks? I had more fun with the Viper truck than I did with the Viper. Because the Viper truck is even crazier. It looks like something that could actually be used for something, but it can't. So, hey Brian, isn't the Viper just throwing cubic inches at the problem until it goes away? Yeah. Yep. I mean, I think stylistically it's fantastic. It's a stylistic exercise in curvy minimal. It's so 90s. It's so early 90s. And those triple spoke wheels, come on, man. It's so good. Yeah, the SRT10 Ram, though, you can actually fit in. You can sort of do stuff with it. You still get the sound, and it's funner to shift. How is the handling of the regular Viper? Don't know. It's exactly how Jeremy Clarkson described it, because the wheels are so wide and the tires so thick and wide. I mean that the tires are solving the grip problem, but because it's so, when it does let go, it lets completely go. The handling of an SRT10 Ram is even worse. So if we flew to Edinburgh, it would be at whatever hotel Tony's airline sticks him at. And I don't know if he's going to know until we're there. So I'd have to find someone in Edinburgh for a car who has a car. Or they could probably just meet us at the airport. And that way we wouldn't have to wait for the airline van. Of course, we'd also need two people. Because we need to film the on-the-road shots. Unless it would be like a throwaway video where we wouldn't have two cars and we just have to live without road shots. Just do like drive-by shots is out. Tony says when he flies to Edinburgh, we stay right on High Street all the time, just east of the castle. That castle? Oh, the Edinburgh Castle. Wow, look at that thing. Holy, whoa. Wow. Wow. High Street, Market Street for us plebes. So, just east of the castle. Johnson Terrace. Lawn Market. Is that it? You can just ride with me and the flight crew to our hotel. It's a half-hour drive. So, which street is High Street? It's all curvy and weird. It's not logical squares. Oh, there it is. High Street. So Lawn Market becomes High Street. Now, what type of hotel would they put you at? I'm guessing a chain. I'm guessing a international chain. So without looking, I bet that the hotel is the Radisson right there. Wow, look at that street. Huh. I mean, there's elements of like old Philadelphia here, where the houses are right next to each other. But the cobblestone streets, that is something else. You get that in Old City, in Philly, but only briefly. Matto says, I'm going to Edinburgh the next time I go to the UK. Tony says, wow, you are good. So it is the Radisson. Nice. RCR Castle Views. What a ripoff. The windows are really just wind holes. Nice. Joseph Barris says, Pittsburgh has cobblestone streets. Where at? So, from like my Pennsylvania American mind, when I see a chain hotel, I picture a cookie cutter chain hotel. Not a historic building, as opposed to all the other buildings that are historic, that just says it's a Radisson. Man, what does it look like inside? What does the Radisson Hotel look like on the inside? So there's pictures of the outside on the inside. Okay, all right, they did some American stuff where they just put they do this in Philly too, just pictures of the city you are in the hotel you're in. I guess it's nice, or that's very modern. I guess it's nice for pilots who travel a lot that they say the city you're in the hotel room that you're in, so when you wake up, you're like, oh, right. So that's what it looks like inside of that old building. Wow. I would have never thought they would have been able to refurb and modernize a building like that. That's your room? Oh, no, wait, that's the spa. It has a spa? It has a sauna? Wow. See, okay, when Nick and I went to Kenilworth, and we went to that first coffee shop, I felt like a big-time tourist when Nick asked for tea, but that was normal. And I asked for coffee, and they said, you mean an Americano? I'm like, damn it. So, yes, please. And so Nick gets this, just a teapot and a cup. And I'm like, that's normal, isn't it? To get the entire pot. They expect you to drink, you're probably going to be there for a while. Man. Did I drink my Americano with a pinky up in the air? No. I think I drank very little tea when I was in the UK. I think I would just get either like a cappuccino, or if they had drip coffee, I would ask for it. Yeah. And when we were in New Zealand, it was flat whites all the way. Starbucks can't make them right. No one has made me a coffee. Like even the shittiest gas station had kick-ass coffee in New Zealand. Scott asked, did you rent a right-hand drive manual car? Might be talking to Tony, and probably Tony did. Scott Crawwell says that he's been to that hotel, believe it or not. Nice. Did you enjoy your stay? I just lost sight of the Radisson again. So, okay. I lost my bearings. Where's the castle? There it is. High Street is there. Radisson is there. So, if we had to film... Why do drinks have to be so ass in the United States? Now, hang on. We invented the martini. So don't come at me that America doesn't have good drinks. And we took IPAs to a whole nother level. So we got those two. Matto says that I'll be spoiled for choice in Melbourne for coffee. Thank you. Please spoil me. Yes. I will have many different types of jittery brown drinks. Yingling, yeah, Schuylkill County piss water, says it's Costanza. Yingling is still America's oldest beer. Yes, it is. It's the oldest functioning brewery in the United States, and it's right up the road from me. And it's Schuylkill County piss water. So I used to be all about it, and now I don't give a shit. So I can't even drink it, not even from the taps. The only I don't want it. Probably because I drank so much of it, it tastes like a headache to me. So where could we park a car and take pictures of it? St. Margaret's Loch. The Duke's Walk. That's a nice car park. So I'm not gonna get all the options for scenery. Oh, look at that camper. Oh. That I will in other countries. And by that I mean the United States of Freedom. We're gonna have to deal with small car parks. Jake Take No Break says, first off, I'm American, and two, second, I mean, the quality, like you can't go to most places without getting something that gives you diabetes, and three, yeah, you can't get nice small plates full of filling food that's delicious. Yeah, you get just plates of hot brown and cold yellow. Here's a park. A viewing platform. What is a viewing platform? I wonder if we're just going to have to film a car on the side of the street, like we did in the UK. Are there little parking areas by the beach? A Scottish beach? What does a Scottish beach look like? Tony Airlines says Silverhawks Beach Car Park. It's 40 minutes bus ride from the hotel. I think if I throw money to whoever our volunteers are going to be, they'd gladly drive us. If they're in town, that is. Silver Nose? Silver Nose Beach. Ah. So is this is that a road, or do people just park here? Yeah, it looks like you can just park here. Never seen a beach so empty, so used to Wildwood and Delaware beaches. What's inside of your car? Your Hyundai, whatever, little bunch of stuffed animals. The only British beaches I've seen have there's a ute. What is this? Oh, is that just a Ranger? Looks like a Ranger. It's a Ranger. Crew Cab Ranger. I don't know if we get Crew Cab Rangers here. Tony Airlines, for extra adventure, the cave that we filmed the Monty Python 2 is 2 hours north. I think I'm good. So what is a Boardwalk Beach Club? Is this just like a bunch of little shops here, all crammed together? Aww. Someone made a video. Okay, so it's a bunch of chairs and drinks and stuff. That looks nice. Oh, can you watch planes land from here? It looks really nice. Can I be part of your beach club? Wow. That is quaint. Larry Spencer material things based on true events set in the 60s and 70s. Some guy talking about his book. Oh man, I could write so hard in there. Nick, if you're still in the channel, like this is a place I could fuck up an entire narrative. All right, Tony, if you can remember. That's, I'm going to this coffee shop. Okay, so you get burger and crisps and, yeah. Bookmark it in maps for later. Look, literal chips, yeah. It's their hats. It's the hats. It's always the hats with the checkerboard pattern. It's the police officer. Everything else is normal, but then they have funny hats. Who's this guy? Some guy playing cricket? God, that coffee shop looks awesome. Even if it's raining, I don't care. So yeah, there's some coffee and sandwiches. And yeah, I'm totally down with whatever this place is. All right, so what is that? Boardwalk Beach Club. So whoever I find who will take my money for your petrol, drive us there. We'll film your car there. Time is it? 11 p.m. I have to get up and ferry a hiker tomorrow. Joseph Barris says, just been informed that something, not cobblestone something. All right, so yeah, Tony, you can get back to me on whether or not we can do this and whether or not I can scramble to find somebody in Edinburgh. That also means I get to fly on a buddy pass to Edinburgh, which also means that I get to fly coach from New York to Edinburgh, which is 7 hours in coach. Now he says some of these flights are empty, so I may be able to stretch out. Injustifiable says, what planes does Tony Airlines fly? I won't answer for him because I don't know if he's allowed to say. Alan Boss says, I went to Edinburgh once. It's crazy accent, like a different language. That's what I hear. Hopefully, whatever volunteer we find will be able to understand. Tony said, Boeing 767-300 extended range. Anyway. I'm going to also get the podcast with me and Nick back up. But that's more in line with me finding a house that I like. Because I want to leave where I am and move closer to Philly where all my friends are. We've been over this before, but I have two circles of a Venn diagram and they don't really overlap because I want a pole barn. I want parking for indoor parking for a lot of cars, but I also want to be in a queer-friendly place. And those two things, they don't really go together. Land and gay-friendly neighbors. Land and gay-friendly neighbors don't really go together. Jake says, is Harrisburg a good place? I don't want to live in Harrisburg. I don't want to go west. I want to go to Philly. I want to have public transportation. I want to be closer to my airport. I like the insanity of Philly. Yeah, I like that Philadelphia is there. I like that Philly has an identity as a city. I feel close to Philly, land and cheap, pick two. You can't get three. Yeah. Like, what's this for $7,000? Is this a house or is that? So you get these like houses, you can pay $400,000 for a house or you could pay $1 million for a house, and sometimes you still only get 2 garage spaces. If you want gay-friendly neighbors, don't ever move to below the Mason-Dixon line. Okay, I won't. Okay, so if I go to filters and go garage spots 4+, that limits me now to 5 homes. 5.9 million, 2 point, great. 9 million, what does 9 million buy me? Yeah, great. Yeah. Doylestown, 2.7 million. Oh, new construction. Yeah, all of that for 3 parking spaces. All right, let's go to price here. Knock this thing down to something realistic. Let's go 550 to 325, done. This is what we get. Skip back. That's not 4 parking spaces. That's 2 and you're counting the driveway. I mean, there's room in, that's a pretty nice piece of macadam. Someone died in here, and I like the old school kitchen. Stickers on the door, wallpaper, stains on the floor. And in the corner there, we have water intrusion into the basement. Water intrusion there, you can see it. This basement got wet. Yeah. Nice for Pennsylvania, you got the toilet down there, which I totally would use. Oh no, wait, there is a second garage. But in what condition is this thing? All right, so yes, that has enough parking spaces. That has the 4 parking spaces. But I'd be living in skip back, which is, well, it's next to Lansdale. Depends who my neighbors would be. Neighbors look like it has a dirt yard. And if I have parties at my house, would they get mad? Oh, and if you want basement toilets, Pittsburgh has it. Yeah, Pittsburgh has the basement toilets for the minors. So what's this one that says it has 4 garage spaces? Coming soon, so it only has 1 picture, so we don't know anything. Injustifiable says check for that man's flags. Yes, that's what you do. So what's this place in Drexel Hill that says it has 4 parking spaces? 4 garage spaces. How? In Drexel Hill? Drexel Hill is a nice place. You're closer to Philly. There's a trolley there. I mean, this is a house from like the 20s, I think. Okay, you're not going to show me where the garage is. Making it difficult for me. 333 North Owen Avenue. Technically Lansdowne, okay. Christo Kism says, hi folks. So, okay, there is at this house, there looks like there is a quad garage back there. Now, what sort of neighborhood am I living in? Well, the house next to me has lots of solar panels. Is their backyard in disarray? Can I get the little guy down here? Have a look at the neighborhood. Wow, that is a quad garage back there. This is a nice little street. It's Matto says, are you using Google Maps or Google Earth? I don't know. And I don't really have a neighbor to this side I don't really have a neighbor to this side. Do I want to live in Lansdowne? What are the property taxes in Lansdowne? More or less than $7,000 a year. Almost $9,000 a year in property taxes. Pricey. But then, yeah, I am getting, when was this built? 1905. I said I didn't want to live in a house this old. Wonder what the basement looks like. Any old farms for sale? 5 bedrooms. I wonder, well, see, Brian, that's the whole thing. You buy a house that's 2 centuries old, or you buy a house that's over 100 years old, that's a classic car. You will never, ever, ever stop repairing that house. It's not like buying something from the 70s. You know, that house that was built in 1903, maybe it had electricity, you know. There's a lot of, I live in a house that was built, the house you're looking at, we've talked about it before, this house was built in like 1877 or something like that. And living here, thankfully Greg repairs everything, but, because I'm renting, but it's endless. Stuff just breaks, and they leak. Old houses leak. You're not going to get the same kind of open floor plan for parties that you do get in a modern house, because those houses were built for having chimneys, having fireplaces, small rooms that you can close off and heat. But on the other hand, I would be living close to Philly. Yeah, I'm house hunting. I was talking about stuff earlier if you just got here. Tony says, can we just share a farm so I can build an airstrip? Yeah, okay. What's above Doylestown? What is this? Like, okay, Doylestown is a nice town. I wouldn't mind living near Doylestown. It's a bit of ways, but SEPTA does go there. So what does this old piece of shit, this is probably one of those as-is places. 7 garage spaces, built in 1950. Endless possibilities. 2 parcels and Old Easton Road. Were you planning on staying in Pennsylvania? I'm staying in PA. So this is what they're selling? I remember you, yeah. This may be someone's like garage, but I don't know if there's a tenant attached to this or if I get that. I mean, they didn't even show the inside of the house. This may be a tiny little house with a living space and then just garages and garages, which is so me. But, you know, I'm out there way in the country, so away from everything. Oh, Doylestown's not too bad. I have to really like my neighbors. Injustifiable says lots of possibilities means you'll be fixing all this shit. Yeah. And it's also an hour from town. Yeah. Yeah, there's that house again. That's not Harleysville. North of Phoenixville? No, that's an old house. That's a house that I kept looking back at, and I don't see how they're calling. I hate it when they call the driveway parking spaces when it's not. Doylestown is expensive. Oh yeah, you just said that. Okay, are you lying? Does this place... 8 garage spaces. Okay. How do you... What the heck is this thing? Oh, it's falling apart. Those are tree trunks holding up the floor. And yeah. It's weird. It's super weird. Jenkintown. Yeah. What are these places in Philly that say they have parking spaces? Mr. Headcrab says, East Coast U.S. is strange. Old houses are either built like tanks, kept afloat with cash, or sheer force of spite. Yeah, that's accurate. Matt says, hey Brian, been listening since the beginning of the stream. You've kept me awake while driving through rural Maine. Oh, cool. Also started my Olds Aurora for the first time since March doing heads. So you're doing the head, you're taking the engine out. Okay. Looking West Philly or Upper Darby? Well, this is what we get. We get nothing here in the burbs. When you go all the way down here to Kennett Square, you know, I could have, like, then you get extra suburbia like this. Is Quakertown too far? No, well, oh, Shibe Tower Chevrolet in Quakertown. Yes, that's the Lehigh Valley. If I'm living in Quakertown, I might as well just go back to Kutztown. Yeah, this is nice. 4 garage spaces. But I'd be living in Kennett Square. I would have a very, very nice house. That is a very nice house. And it's something I could afford. But I would need like 3 roommates. What are the property taxes on something like this in Kennett Square? It is less than Philly. Okay. Now I'd be living down near Delaware in Kennett Square. Where was that house? No, not that. Huh. Thought I just looked at it. Is that it? No, that, okay, so I'm all the way back here. I'm south of Downingtown. That is a ways. There is no direct, is there park and ride? Does Kennett Square have rail, a train that goes in? Is there SEPTA down here? Or would I have to go to a park and ride? I think there's one in Percy. Where do we send the roommate applications? Yeah. Ew, found a flip that might be of interest, but it's in Glen Mills. What, that thing? This piece of shit? That they won $500,000 for? And 3 pictures? Alright. Nope. Yeah, to get into town, I mean, my life would be Route 1 from there. Just a whole bunch of suburbia. Hector Lung says Lansdale's got great, like Lansdale is like my ideal place to be. And I used to live there. But obviously renting, not owning, but yeah, Lansdale has the train station right in town. Do I get anything in Lansdale if I say 3 garage spaces? I get, oh, it's just you again. No. All right, fine. 2 garage spaces. There. So this is a bunch of townhome stuff, which I don't want. So nothing in town in Lansdale. Just this. Okay. It's another suburban home. Nothing special about it. Finished basement, that's nice. It's getting late, I should probably go to bed soon. What are my taxes? Even cheaper, cheapest taxes so far. When was it built? 73, nice. Sorry, but Street View is not available. I'll fix your little wagon. Upper Dargy Black Eddy for houses, nature, but not close to food. Okay, so this is, yeah, right off the turnpike. You sure I don't get? Oh, I really don't get. Well, I can get that. Does this place have 2 driveways? Well, that's nice. So I'm not in the town of Lansdale, like to go get, like all the fun stuff is here, not up there. Oh, I know where that is. Because there's the mini golf place and the ice cream. Yeah. Wait, is this right here where they built the frickin' Royal Farms that I always stop at to get my hot chicken? That's awesome. It's right there, isn't it? Or is it right after the... Yeah. I was so jonesing when they built the Royal Farms right there. So I get those chicken sandwich sliders. That'd be funny, living right there next to the Royal Farms. Dr. Claus says Royal Farms. Yeah, totally worth it. I mean, I've been to a lot of Wawas, but Royal Farms is like this nice break. They also built one down there in Pottstown as well. Is it better than Wawa or Sheetz? Well, that's now different. I haven't eaten anything but the chicken sliders that are ready to go there. Man, is that really like extra parking spaces? Does that garage go all the way back? So this went up 3 hours ago. Oh, no, wait, it says 2 garage spaces. Unless this is a duplex, unless this is 2 super twin. So do I have a neighbor on the other side of the wall? Yeah, I think that's what's going on here. This is 2 different residences. Yeah, that's what's going on here. This would be my side of the house, and then there'd be someone else living right next door. Okay. That's what's going on in this neighborhood. Oh, that sucks. Next. Agreed. What do you got for me in Chalfont? Townhome, townhome, townhome. Or I can't be loud and I can't be gay. All filters, don't show me townhomes. House, there we go. Eliminate all the townhomes. What can be nice if I want to be a landlord? What's this little guy? An Ambler. I feel like I looked at this guy already. I never get enough Swedesford Road. I think I remember this. You never get enough with what the pictures that people take. Thank God there's this. Okay, so that's a nice long driveway. Do I get street view? Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm on a farm road, so anybody who comes visit can't park on the street. I wonder if this place is like septic tanks. And garage is probably on the side of the house. Yeah. Is that all my yard back there? Which means you can build back there. You could build another garage. Who are these guys? They look like nice houses. I'm not really ready to move until after the new year. I told my real estate agent that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, State of RCR. And I guess we didn't really talk too much about Patreon or the stuff I wanted to do, but you did get to look at houses, and maybe end up going to Scotland. So have a good night, guys. I'm gonna go to bed in a little bit here. Thanks for liking RCR, and thanks for supporting me. Good night.